What is going on, guys? Hope you're having a great day. Today I want to teach you how to read a tape measure. And when you first look at this, when I first started reading tape measures, doing work around the house, I had no idea what I was looking at. So I want to break it down as simple as possible for you guys to look at. So there is a 1/16 of an inch, and I'll make sure you guys can see this at the end. There's a 1/16 of an inch. There's 1/8 of an inch. And then there's 1/4 of an inch, right? And so this is sort of what it looks like. So 1/16, which is the smallest mark on here. There's 1/8, and there's a 1/4. So if you look at this, let's just start at the 5. So every number is an inch. From 5 to 6, that's 1 inch. 6 to 7, that's another inch. But in between the smallest mark, so right next to the 5, that first small mark, that's 1/16 of an inch. To the right of that is 1/8 of an inch. So the smallest mark in between here, those are 16ths. Let's just call it the medium mark. Those are every 1/8. So that one matches this one. That one matches this one. That's 1/8 of an inch. Now you sort of see they're taller than the 1/8 and the 16ths. That's 1/4 of an inch. So that's 1/4. 1/4 plus 1/4 is 1/2 of an inch. If you add another 1/4 from 1/2, that's 3/4. So there's 1/4, 1/2 inch, 3/4. In every inch, but we're just looking from the 5 to the 6, there's 1/4, 1/2 inch, and 3/4. Now to read the smaller marks, that's 1/16, 3/16, 5/16, 7/16, 9/16, 11/16, 13/16, and 15/16. Let's go the 8ths. That's 1/8 of an inch, 3/8 of an inch, 5/8 of an inch, 7/8 of an inch. So that's how you read it. So if you were to mark it, if you had something to measure, let's see if I can find something to measure. About this box right here. So we're going to start at the 5, right? And let's just end it right here at this mark. We're going to measure from the end of the box to the left of it to that mark right there. So it looks like it ends up on one of the 1/4 inch marks, right? So that's 1/4, 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch. So that would be 5 3/4 that measures out to, right? Now, if you go to a smaller one, now just look at this blue mark. Let's just go to the mark, the smallest mark, right? Which is what? 1/16 of an inch. That is the 16th mark, right? So don't even mind this. Just look at this and go straight down. So if you're reading that, that would be 1/16, 3/16, 5/16, 7/16, 9/16, 11/16, right? So that would be 5 and 11/16 is what that measures out to. So just to remember, the smallest marks are 1/16 of an inch. The median marks are 1/8 of an inch. The mark up from that, which is a little bit taller, it's like raising the bar. 16ths, 1/8, 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch, 3/4. And you always measure in odd numbers. So like you were hearing me, 1/16, 1/8, 3/8, 5/8, 1/16, 5/16, 7/16, right? That's just an example. But that is how you measure using a tape measure. Smallest marks are what? 1/16. The medium mark is 1/8. The one up from that is 1/4, 1/2 inch, 3/4. So hopefully that helps. More practice, the better. But just practice measuring stuff, right? I mean, like I said, make a mark on something and go measure your wall. Go measure a light fixture. Go measure anything and you will practice how to read a tape measure. So hopefully that helps. Like I said, there is the basics. You have 1/16, 1/8, and 1/4 inch marks. And then obviously you have 1 inch marks, just like that. Any questions? Let me